So, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about the day that your bank account hates, each woman loves, and of course, you as a little kid can't wait to unwrap your gifts at the end of the night. It's basically the prime day for ladies. So, it's Valentine's Day.
So basically, it was Super Bowl of all the holidays for the ladies.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And not only for the ladies, for some businesses as well. And of course, in this episode, we're going to break this down. So, Mark, today I have 3 questions which I want to get answered. And of course, let's walk you through. First of all, do you think St. Valentine's overrated? Then, of course, do you think it was just created?
It's a trap. It's a trap.
It's always a trap. Do you think it was just created like to pull like the money machine, so get the small businesses going? And of course, or is it a day of love? And money, love doesn't have no price.
Boom! I'm gonna jump in there. I think it was not created for that, but I think it is used now for that. It is used now to actually a few random facts if you want to hear them.
Yes. Oh, come on, jump in right down with some fun facts. Come on.
All right.
Hit me with
First
them.
of all, Valentine's Day is actually used to measure how much spending is there, how confident are people in the economy, and how much are they willing to spend of some money. So it's actually a good indicator how good the year is going to be.
I mean, of course. I mean, think about it. You're wasting money on roses that like basically fade away in 2 or 3 days. So,
But does love ever fade away, Lucas?
love doesn't have a price tag. Well, actually, it does, but we're going to talk about it in a second. But yeah, all right. Hit me with another fun fact.
All right. So first of all, it wasn't invented because of that. It becomes actually the first one was in ancient Rome, Festival of Origin. So basically, it was called Lupercalia, which was celebrated in mid-February.
Mhm.
Which is the ritual of fertility and warding off evil spirits. And later it was Christianized and associated with St. Valentine's. There were actually a couple of St. Valentines, Valentines that died as a martyr for their beliefs and, basically for being Christians in the Roman Empire, they got killed. Anyways, so that's how it happened. And then the first Valentine's card is actually written in England in 1477 by Marjorie Bruce. Yes, to her
That
fiance.
is a long
John
ass
Paston.
time ago.
Hell yeah, bro! I got some more trivia.
All
if
right.
you want to know some more.
Then
But
let's go to nowadays. All right. So basically now the US industry for Valentine's Day is 25.8. It's basically a speeding up time. Okay. We just like passed the 600 years and now we're in the current century. All right. Let's go to talk about market cap. So basically Valentine's Day nowadays is actually last year was over $25 billion. And 10 years ago, it was only 17 and a half. So it's actually growing a lot. It's like crazy. You can even look on the statistics. Yes, like when the pandemic hit, it went down a little bit, but man, it's increasing. It's like, it's not bad of a growth. Anyways.
Why is it increasing, Lucas? Is it because it's now hitting other markets, more of an Asian markets?
No, this is just in the US. So it's just in the US itself. It's just 25 billion in the US, which is a ton of money. But yeah, no, it's crazy.
25 billion?
Yeah, it's 25.8 billion itself. So yeah. And then 10 years ago was 17 billion. So yeah, it's been growing a lot. All right, Mark. Forget all the numbers. Let's walk through a casual or proper Valentine's Day, not like a GG well played, kiss on the mouth and say like, let's watch a date, let's watch a movie. All right. So first, what are you gonna do on a normal
What's not
Valentine's
proper about
Day?
this?
You know, for me it's a perfect one. Or just with the boys hanging out. It's like, yeah, boys, let's play a round of Apex Legends or League of Legends, get our asses whooped. A casual day.
Don't mind if I do.
For sure. All right. So a normal day would look like you buy her flowers, right? So Mark, just guess how many flowers do you think are actually produced, or how many roses are produced in the US alone just for Valentine's Day?
10 million.
Bro, 250 million roses are produced just for Valentine's Day alone. That's a lot of roses. I mean, there are over 300 million Americans, but like almost for each one of them is one rose. So it's a crazy amount. Just to give you a perspective, so for basically 30% of all fresh flowers of the entire year are sold on Valentine's Day. So for florists, it makes up like 30% of their money, like the entire
revenue?
year. Just
Wow.
you have the revenue, which is crazy, right? So like 86% or 83% is actually flowers, and the other 27% are other flowers. But just think about it: you are basically a third of your business is just around Valentine's Day. I mean, and I'm sure they increased the prices a lot.
Of those 200 million roses, are they all sold? Are they all sold? Or are they
250.
just 250 million?
Yeah, it's just fresh flowers being sold in like Valentine's Day and a little bit before Valentine's Day.
Damn.
So that's the statistic around it, which is crazy, right? All right. So let's say you just bought that probably way too expensive rose, and now you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna take my Valentine's Day to a nice restaurant, okay? Because that's a proper Valentine's etiquette, at least what most people think. I rather believe in pizza and Mario Kart, but who am I? All right. So you go to a restaurant, and to your favorite steak restaurant, you sit down, you pull a chair back so you can sit down because you're a gentleman, and then you get out the menu, and then you look at the prices, and you get almost hit by a freaking buzz because you see that the steak prices increased by 50%. So
Wait, what?
And yeah, so I'm gonna talk about this, and then you look at desserts. 50%. You're like, all right, it's a special day. I'm gonna spend another 50% on that one. And then you like finish the steak because it was really, really nice. And then you go to the desserts. And all of a sudden, it's 90% more expensive than a normal day. And you're like, well, what? But why? Yesterday it was still like €5. Why is it now almost €10? Why is it €9 now? All right. So, interesting fact. So, it's called Toast, the company, which is basically a one-stop shop for all restaurant software. And they have over 99,000 restaurants that use their application or their software. And that's how they get these statistics that on average, of course, steaks are increased by 50% and desserts by almost 90% on Valentine's Day. So
Damn.
like for restaurants, they make a ton of money during that time. Even though like the average plates, so it's not more plates are being served, I think like only 1 or 2% more, but just the price increase is so much, like so drastically increased. It's just like they're like, all right, 50% more, dessert 90%.
Do you have any stats
Mhm.
on the tipping? How much were tipped? Was
No, I
tipping more?
didn't find any tipping on that stats, just on the
Mm.
price increases, which I think is kind of, well, I would believe that the tipping would be increasing drastically as well, because people don't want to look bad in front of other people, especially on a date. At least in the US. I mean, in Europe, nobody gives a shit about tipping, or at least in Spain or Germany. So, but yeah.
Fair enough.
So yeah, result. So result is you're basically poorer, or so Mark. What is St. Valentine's Day now? I mean, in my result is like, hey, probably best way, buy Pornhub Premium and you cheaper off. But hey, who am I?
That's also a way to do it. Well, I got some more trivia because
All right, go ahead.
we don't need to go to Pornhub to get some interesting facts and get your game on. So first of all, there was also a super cool thing. All right. So different countries have different traditions. First of all, for example, in Japan, it's a little bit other way around. So the women have to buy chocolate for men, and then the type of chocolate basically symbolizes the type of relationship they have with that person. So if it's your lover is different than your friend, etc.
So white chocolate means what, and dark chocolate means what?
I don't know. You can think about it yourself.
It's like, yeah, such a sweetheart. And then when you're like married for 30 years, you buy the 95% chocolate. It's fucking bitter as hell.
That's you. You only get that, Lucas. You get only something orangey, salty, really bad, nasty chocolate. And I have another one. All right. There's another one phrase. It's called, well, in the Middle Ages, young women and men would draw names to see who their Valentine would be. And they would wear the name pinned on their sleeve for a week, so everyone could see who the Valentine was. So basically, this gave the origin to the expression "wearing your heart on the sleeve." Kind of cool, right?
But you first have to draw like randomly, or you literally just draw it like drawing, or like pulling it out of like a pot and then So you would draw your heart, but it's not your heart because you don't know who it is.
It's your Valentine.
Yeah.
No, you would know then. Obviously, you have a name on it.
Yeah, but it's just like could be a random.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool though.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting fact. When was it, Mark? When was that?
In the Middle Ages, is not specified. I have some other things that are a little bit more depressing. I don't want to go into that, but super nice.
Hell no. Hell
exactly.
no.
And I think that's super cool. I like that. It was super interesting about Valentine's Day.
Man, it is a money printing machine. Like just for me to see like how many other businesses are actually just depending on that, just like florists, like 30% of all their yearly income or revenue.
Yeah, but I think that was not surprising for me at all because florists, obviously, that's a big one. It's like Prime Day. That's their Prime Day,
yeah,
right?
but man,
But I also didn't know.
30%.
Yeah, but I was thinking more about hospitality, entertainment. Think about it. More people go actually to the movies. Movie tickets are sold more
Yeah,
frequently. All this kind of stuff where I never thought about.
but
Also,
it still doesn't make huge impact, you know. It's just like it's
no, it's not as crazy, but it's just flowers. It's just because here
yeah,
it is. I mean,
it's
in
crazy.
Spain, it's like San Jordi's. I think that's it's called
Yeah.
San Jordi's or something like that.
St. Jordi, yeah.
Where they so
Flowers for men.
exactly and books. No,
No,
well,
other way around.
other
Sorry,
way.
flowers for women and books for men.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then book sales probably increased dramatically in
Yeah.
that time. So kind of cool, super interesting, and how the culture has an impact of kind of these holidays specifically that are now commercialized, I guess.
Commercialized, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
decommercialized. Well, the roses are still in person, so but yeah. All right. I think everybody, that's the pod, and of course, happy Valentine's Day. Hope you're having an amazing day, and of course, catch you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.